Hey, what's up everyone? PersNikity here. Welcome back to the walkthrough for Rime, and we're going to be moving on to part 4. The title of this video is going to be something along the lines of Bird Boss Part 1 of 3. And as you can guess, we are basically going to be fighting our first boss fight in the game, which is this giant bird-like thing, which you're about to see. And to kill it, it takes 3 different attacks, and each attack takes about 10 minutes. And I know that seems drastic. You'll see what I mean as the video progresses, but basically this is going to be part 1 of 3 of the boss fight. So go ahead and complete this puzzle. Same thing as before. You're just going to rotate it until the controller vibrates, and then a short cutscene. Alright, so that's the boss. That's what I was talking about, and now we have to fight it. And basically, what you're going to find is the way that you fight this thing is its weakness is these dark, black, thunderous clouds. And in order for the bird to be defeated, it has to be struck by lightning 3 times. And you basically control when it gets struck by lightning. You just have to make sure that it does. And the fight is separated into 3 stages, which is why this video is called part 1 of 3, and this is the first stage. So basically what's going to happen all the time is you cannot stay out in the sun for too long. You see how when I'm out in the sun, the screen edges turn red, and they turn more red the longer I'm in the sun. What that indicates is that the bird is locating me and it's about to swipe down and kill me. So, obviously, to get away from it, you have to hide under some sort of structure, aka you have to be in the shade. And so what you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to follow the exact path that I'm taking here. It's the safest route to where you need to go. This map right here is pretty big, and you can spend a lot of time running around and potentially getting lost. Alright, and so if you've been following me, you'll come to this area right here, and in front of me you will see this tunnel, which actually will go underground, and that's exactly where we need to go. And so as far as the fight goes, when I say boss fight, it's a little misleading. It's not, it's not a traditional boss fight. Real quick, this is a new type of puzzle. What you do is when you yell at the figure, it actually will turn its head towards you, and when it turns its head towards you, it will rotate the wall. So just make sure you stand on the right side or left side, it really doesn't matter, and let the wall rotate all the way around the room so that it uncovers that hidden doorway, which you will take and go to the end of the hallway, pick up the key, and now we're good to move on. But anyway, when I say boss fight, it's a little misleading because, we don't have a sword, we don't have a weapon, so I'm not literally fighting the boss. Instead, what I'm doing is avoiding the boss and then using the environment to weaken it. So you see right there that painting on the wall, that's how you figure out what the weakness is of the monster. You see that its weakness is those dark black thunderous clouds, and so as you come out of here, you will emerge back into the landscape, and now we have to make our way to where the lock is. And so once again, just feel free to follow the exact approach I take here. If you go to this location, you can actually go underground once again, and this tunnel you will emerge on almost the other side of the map, right in front of the lock. And so this is easily, without a doubt, the safest approach you can take. Now this fight really isn't, I mean this boss really isn't that hard. It's just rolling from shade to shade, and that's pretty much it. There's going to be some climbing involved and everything like that, of course, but all in all, in terms of how boss fights go in video games, this one is relatively simple. And the fight is going to be, like I said, or maybe I forgot to say, composed of 3 stages, almost like every boss in the history of video games ever It takes 3 hits to kill. I don't know why 3 is always the magic number. It just is. And so this fight is actually going to be separated between 3 different videos. And I would argue that each stage does get progressively harder. Now we're going to come to a new type of puzzle here. And you're going to see this emblem with a sun on it. And basically when you put some sort of object in front of it to create shade, it will turn into a moon, and then something will activate. And so you see what I'm going to do here is I'm going to yell at the object, and it will rotate, and the little ball in front of it will block out the light to the sun emblem, and it will create a moon, which will lower the platform. Then I'll stand in front of that platform, or then I'll stand in front of the second sun to turn it into a moon. It will lower, and you can climb up successfully. Now I know that's a lot to take in that short amount of time, but just toy around with it and you should figure it out. The emblems will change when the light is blocked. And so now you'll get to this area here, and it's pretty self-explanatory. You'll see the little blue totems lying around. Simply yell at each one and it will lower these kind of gold bridges, I guess, or these little gold overhangs, and then you're going to pull this block out, and when you pull the block out, it actually was holding in one of the black clouds. And so to successfully attack the monster, you need to release 2 clouds. So that means that if the monster takes 3 hits to kill, you're going to have to release 6 black clouds in total, 2 in each video. So in this first part, we're only going to be releasing 2 of the clouds. Now hop over the wall and as quickly as you can sprint over to this blue totem, and then sprint over here under the next overhang. You got to do that one relatively quickly because there's no other shaded objects around. Then you can see right to my right there is a wall that we can climb, and so now you're just going to scale up top, hop up to the gold overhangs, and you can actually retreat into this little circular area to avoid the monster. So you see I'm just going to jump, retreat in, jump, retreat in, and then once I'm ready, I'm going to jump over this far wall, and this is another one you have to do relatively quickly. You're going to jump, you're going to yell at this totem, and then you're going to retreat back to the wall and hide under this gold overhang. And once you're in the clear, you're going to run over to this block now, release it, and that will release the second black cloud. And so you'll see a little cinematic here where the clouds go up and thunder will, or lightning will, strike the monster, as so. Boom, the monster is now 1 hit weaker. And so it takes 3 hits, like I said, to kill the monster. The other 2 hits are going to come in the next 2 subsequent videos, as it is a 3-part boss fight. And as you can see, this whole first part basically took 8 minutes. So it is a pretty long, drawn-out fight. But most of it isn't even fighting, like I said. Most of it is just avoiding the monster and utilizing the environment to ensure your safety. But now, as you can see, the entire landscape that we were just in, it's now completely shaded. So now you can run around freely. If you want to, you can look around for collectibles, anything like that. You can mess around with these weird figures. You'll notice how they actually seem to be afraid of you, and they'll run away and then disappear if you get too close to them. But with this whole area shaded, now would be a good time to run around and look for collectibles. I'm pretty sure there's some here. I just, personally, I'm not very interested in the collectibles and decided not to go after them in this walkthrough. But anyway, you're going to come to this location here, and you're going to run through the door, and that will be the end of this video. So thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you get the chance, and I'll see you in the next part of the boss fight.